Hey guys, Sav here. Today we're going to do account tour video number 2 with my Ranger, Eldorado. She's technically my second oldest character, though she had a total makeover kit a while back. You should probably see on my screen right now, I have an old video playing that of my Ranger. It's basically a dancing video I made way back when in my channel with my old Ranger. What Eldorado actually used to look like before she got the total makeover kit treatment. Basically, I don't like Ranger. I don't like playing Ranger, and unfortunately, I could never delete my Ranger because of what I did to level my Ranger. So basically, back in the day, when I made my Ranger, I started playing my Ranger. I played it probably to level like 20 or something like that, and just decided I didn't like it, and wanted to move on from Ranger and play some of the other classes that I made. I had my Warrior, I had my first Necro, and I also had probably around this time had made my Guardian. So Ranger was not nearly as fun as those other classes, so I didn't want to play it. At least to me, it wasn't as fun as those classes. So my Ranger just kind of sat around, did nothing for a long time. I don't know, for whatever reason, I just didn't want to delete her, or him. She was a him at the time. I didn't want to delete him, so I still wanted to get the Ranger to level 80 to try to at least give it a fair shake, I guess. However, I never really did that. Instead, what I did is I ended up crafting a lot with my Ranger, and it almost just became this thing where it's just like my Ranger was my crafter. And I actually ended up crafting her or him at the time with 3 different crafting professions. Right now I only have Huntsman and Tailor activated. Yes, Tailor. That does sound odd, I am aware. She's also a level 500 leather worker. So she actually has 3 level 500 crafting professions. So she's kind of invaluable, and I can't delete her. So I've just kept her all this time. And then like I said, I ended up changing her to a her. Like I said, she was a male at one point. I do run when I run her, I run a very meta build. I have the for some reason I don't have spot. I don't know why I don't have spotter on. That's odd. I guess because it's a DPS increase, but spotter is way better than that because spotter is a DPS increase for the party. Basically, I run a condition damage Ranger. I don't run Druid because actual Ranger is actually better DPS than condition Druid. There's pros and cons. Basically condition Ranger is very selfish. That's probably why I didn't have spotter on. And does very good DPS. It's probably the best actual Condy DPS in the game right now. As a Ranger, not a Druid. But it's very selfish. It doesn't bring spotter. It doesn't bring the Druid with all the buffs that Druid brings. So, but I don't run my Ranger often enough to care. And usually when I'm running my Ranger, I'm running by myself anyway. I've only taken my Ranger into raids once or twice, and that was actually as a Condy Druid. I just turned out that there was better options for me to play and for other people to play Druid, so I just ended up not playing Druid or Ranger for that matter in raids. My Condy Necro was better at the time. I haven't raided in a while, guys, by the way. I just want to throw that out there. So I can't give you too much insight on what I raid with anymore because I haven't raided too much lately. But if I did, I probably still want to take my Ranger. I'm at the point now where I'd probably take my NG before I would take my Ranger. I'm getting pretty comfortable with NG. But if I did, I do have the option to take her. She runs with Frostfang. She was kind of one of the reasons why I made Frostfang. That's the reason why I gave her these gloves, by the way. When you finish Bitter Frost Frontier, you get these gloves. When you finish Bitter Frost Frontier achievements, I should say, you get these gloves, which I just feel like they fit really well with Frostfang. You have this really cold axe, and now you have really cold arms to go with the axe. I guess it doesn't fit as well with the torch, but maybe that's why this one's smaller. I don't know. I guess that's just role playing. But and she also carries a fractal short bow. Actual short bow is actually really good Connie damage right now, but the torch is what really ties the Connie build all together with all the burning that you can do with the bonfire. Not so much with throw torch, more with the bonfire, and then obviously the flame trap as well. She has all ascended. She's ascended everything. She's most of my characters are to the point now where they have ascended everything, at least one ascended build. And honestly, if I end up making a second ascended build, sometimes I end up making a second character. So all my characters pretty much have full ascended at this point, for the most part. I'm still working on one or two others at the moment. So she has, you know, ascended backpack, ascended earrings, ascended rings, and the ascended ammo. This is actually an ammo from Bloodstone Fen. These are both from the raid, Spirit Vale raid. This is from Ember Bay, and this might be from, I don't know if this is from Spirit Vale or from the second raid wing. I forget what it's, can't think of what it's called off the top of my head. I don't actually remember. So that's Emma Eldorado for you guys, formerly known as Andre Williams, I think was his name. She's standing today. I'm in my home instance. I'm going to show it off a little bit, but really the second thing I'm really going to talk about today, guys, is going to be some of my achievements, just to I guess to kind of show them off a little bit. One other thing I didn't mention, and since I'm looking at Barry the cat over here, I didn't mention it in my last video for Larry the cat. He is a level 500 weaponsmith and armorsmith, so you won't be seeing me talk about too much more about crafting. I probably should have talked more about that with Larry and just forgot about it. Emma's my main crafter. She does 90% of my crafting. Basically, it just justifies me keeping her all this time, I guess, and having those 3 crafting professions. It is a little pain in the ass, by the way, because I never bought a 3rd crafting license, so I do have to switch back and forth between Huntsman and Tailor. Why I made her a Tailor, again, I'm not 100% sure. I guess it was more just to level up a Ranger than it really was to make use of her. That's just how much I didn't like Ranger, guys. I just didn't like Ranger. So this is my home instance. This is the human home instance. I don't have too many things, so there's going to be a few, and I already, unfortunately, came in here today and got all my daily nodes, but this here is the Blade Shard node, which is, again, like I said, I did them all today. So I have that. I have the King Size Candy Corn node, which gives you 6 shots at it every day. And here's the Quartz Crystal node, which occasionally gives me a charged Quartz Crystal, which is cool. I don't have any of the other mining nodes. These are the only 3 that I have. Eventually, I'd like to add to this, but as of right now, these are the only 3 that I have. And I don't have any immediate plans to add to this. That's kind of why I'm showing it to you now. Probably the next one that's going to be in here is the Aurelium node, because I'm kind of close to finishing that achievement-wise. But otherwise, these are the only 3 that I have at the moment. I already opened my chest today, but I'll show them to you. I also have this Crate Obelisk Hero Challenge Shard, whatever the hell you want to call it here. This is basically, I literally just bought this so I could stop waypointing. I was at one point making charged crystals every day, charged quartz crystals every day, and I kept waypointing down here and running to this hero point here, which actually she doesn't even have. I found it. I literally just bought it to save myself a little bit of time and just do it here every day, instead of going, like I said, just waypointing every day. Do I have? No, I don't have enough. I have all 3 of the Heart of Thorns chests. I didn't get that one today because I didn't have a key for it. The Crystallized Supply Cache, the Aurelian, the Arc Basin chest, I forget what it's called, and the Airship pack, Airship crate from Arc Basin. And the only other thing I have in here, which spawns in a random location, which annoys me, by the way. I hate having to find this thing every day. And actually, oh, there it is. The Bandit chest that I think it's a, I don't know if it's a, I think you get it from an achievement in Silver Wastes. I don't actually remember how I got that. I want to say it was a Silver Waste achievement that I got. So I can open that every day as well. Oh, I'm sorry. I also have one other thing. I forgot to mention. This was an achievement from Winter's Day last year. Actually, it's probably an achievement for Winter's Day every year. The Christmas tree. Winter's Day tree, I should say. Gift tree. Winter's Day gift tree. It's not a Christmas tree, guys. We're in Winter's Day. And just quickly go over my achievements. Just some of my achievements. I'm not going to go over all of them. I have 12,838 achievement points. Of that, 70,307 are from permanent achievement. Yeah, or for just actual achievements. Doing the achievements in this list down here. 5,231 of them are from dailies, and 300 of them from the old monthly achievements. That was a long time ago that they had monthlies. I wish they would bring monthlies back. I enjoyed monthlies. I know they were kind of like mundane, and a lot of people had them done like the first week, but they could make them, I don't know, slightly more challenging and bring them back. I wish they would. I liked monthly achievements, and I didn't get to do them for too long because I think I was only playing like maybe 3 or 4 months when they took them out of the game. I guess I go over some of these if I can remember where I got some of these titles. I don't remember where I got a lot of these. Acclaimed achievers from reaching a certain achievement point level. I want to say that was from reaching 10,000 achievement points. Avenger, I believe, is something from PvP, when I used to PvP a little bit. Been there, done that for map completion. Champion Slayer, I believe, is a PvP achievement. I'll be honest, guys, I don't know where I got Champion Slayer from. Avenger is definitely PvP. Champion Slayer, I'm actually not even sure. I want to say it's maybe World v World, maybe Edge of the Mists. I'm not 100% sure. I have a couple things done in Edge of the Mists here. Chicken Chaser is the new achievement in the new map, Bitterfrost Frontier, where you basically just have to kick a chicken 10 times, and it blows up. I don't know if it's like a... I was reading somewhere that it's in reference to like an old RPG. It could also be a reference to old Zelda games. I'm not 100% sure. But basically, you just kick a chicken 10 times, you get Chicken Chaser. Combat Healer, I believe, is from rezzing the down. If you do it so many times, you get Combat Healer. Dark Traveler is from... I want to say it's a Living World Season 2 achievement. Or it's just possibly just entering or doing something in Silver Wastes in the underground part. I forget what it's called now. The Tangled Labyrinth. I think it has something to do with that. I don't remember if it's actually in the story itself or if it's just from actually on the map. Silver Waste map is where you get Dark Traveler from. Deer Commander. I have no idea how I got Deer Commander. I know I see a lot of people running with it. I don't actually know where I got it from. I should probably look it up. Let me look it up for you guys. Okay, I was actually completely unaware of this, but Deer Commander is actually from I'm actually standing in front of the Winter's Day tree. It's actually from that same achievement tree. It's actually from Winter's Day. I get Deer Commander from completing that that achievement. That achievement, I can actually see if I can find it real quick. I don't know. I can't find it, but I know it's basically has something to do with the collection in Winter's Day with basically the letter you get about the orphan children, and you do this collection thing, and you end up getting the tree, and you get Deer Commander. So that's where that came from. I also looked up where Champion Slayer is a PvP. Champion Slayer is from killing 200 players in PvP. Combat Healer is from rezzing 1,000 people. By the way, just to give you guys some numbers and what achievements I had to do to get these. Dungeon Master is simply only completing each dungeon path one time. Doesn't really make you a Dungeon Master. I really want to work. Really want to get Dungeoneer. Dungeoneer really means something to me, I think, more than Dungeon Master. Dungeoneer is unlocking every dungeon skin, all the weapon skins, all the armor skins. Dungeon Master just means you beat every dungeon one time. Story paths and explorable paths. Fashion Collector, you have to unlock 1,000 unique skins in your wardrobe to get Fashion Collector. Finders Keepers is another Winter's Day achievement. It's a really easy one to get. You basically just follow the Doliac and pick up presents as the Doliac drops them, and you get Finders Keepers. Gladiator is another PvP achievement. Gladiator is obtain 8,500 rank points. Golden is for having it says 2 million, but I don't believe it's 2 million. 2 million coins in the wallet at one time. I think it's 200 gold. 2 million coins being, I guess, 2 million copper, which would be, I guess, 200 gold. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's from 200, having 200 gold in your, because I never had 2 million. That's way off. I mean, that's really a high number. I want to say it's from having 200 gold at one time, which is not difficult to do. Good apple is from the Rising Flames patch. It's if you have to feed the hungry Hal. I think it was 50 apples, which was really annoying. But I basically just did it all at once with all my tunes, because you can only do, I think, 7 or 8 a day or something like that. So you just do it all. I just did it all at once because I have 10 characters. So, Grand Artisan is from crafting one of every ascended, is it item or armor? All 18, one of all the 18 ascended armors. You get Grand Artisan, and that's how you have to craft one of each. So that's actually a pretty expensive one to get. Honorary Scrit is collecting all 51 junk items. Is that rare collections or basic collections? Yeah, it's in basic collections, trash collectors. 51 junk items that you have to collect. It's really like like you see this stuff all the time. You don't even realize that you're obtaining it. A couple of these I actually had to go out and try to find because I realized I was getting really close to the end of this. But you basically see all the stuff like shattered lockpicks and seashells and talons and dorsal fins and all this stuff. I mean, you get this stuff all the time, and you usually just vendor it by selling junk.
I could use one of those.
So that's how you get Honorary Scrit. Killer Queen, I believe, is just simply killing the Karka Queen after a certain patch. You just kill the Karka Queen one time, I believe, and you get Killer Queen. Light in the Darkness is by unlocking all 18 luminescent armor skins in your wardrobe. That's a Silver Waste, I guess, achievement. You get it from Silver Waste. I spent at one point in my Guild Wars 2 career, I spent a lot of time in the Silver Waste, so that kind of just came naturally getting that. Loyal, I believe, is having a certain amount of hours played, or is it? Loyal you get from your 1-year birthday. Your first character you get to 1-year birthday. You get the Loyal title. Maguma Trailblazer you got, I believe, simply for just ordering the pre-order. Is it for pre-order or just buying the expansion? It actually says pre-ordering. It might be just from buying it. I don't remember. But you get Maguma Trailblazer. Master Carver is one of the achievements from Halloween every year. By carving all the different pumpkins. Big deal. It's I want to say it's like 200 pumpkins or something like that. It's not hard to get. Master Crafter. If you have to master at the time before they added scribing into the game, if you had maxed out all the different crafting professions, you get Master Crafter. I don't know if that was, it might only be up to 400. I don't remember if it was included 500 or not. I don't actually remember, and it doesn't say in the description here. Mercenary, I believe, is another PvP achievement. Yeah, 48,500 rank points in PvP. I don't PvP that much anymore, but I have played probably over 100 games in PvP, so that's how I have a lot of these PvP achievements. A lot of them are not hard to get. 48,500 rank points sounds like a lot, but it's really not. Mist Warden, for some reason, is not listed on this list I'm looking at, but I believe it's from getting all the Mist Ward armor from Heart of Thorns, unlocking all the Mist Ward armor. Professor is from getting all the different junk items in Fractals of the Mist. I can't find it, but I know this is from getting all the different junk items that you get from the fractal encryption chests. They all have different junk items that you sell, and they're worth varying amounts of silver and gold, so they're actually worth selling. if you have to collect all the different ones to get, not collect, but at some point achieve, obtain one of each of them to get the professor title. Respected achiever is from 5,000 achievement points. Seasoned Toy Maker is another Winter's Day title / achievement. I believe it's just from finishing the Winter's Day achievements for the year. You get Seasoned Toy Maker. These next few, the Annihilator, the Be-All, End-All, Demolisher, Executioner, and Tormentor are all Silver Wastes achievements. The Tormentor, the Executioner, the Demolisher, and the Annihilator are the 4 different legendary champions that can spawn at the 4 different forts. And you get each one of these from killing those legendary champions. And if you kill all 4 of them, you get the Be-All and the End-All. I heard this is actually difficult to obtain now because I believe one of them doesn't. Maybe it's I believe the Tormentor is like for whatever reason it's been difficult for people to get that thing to spawn. So the Be-All End-All is actually kind of difficult to get right now. The Eternal is from completing all of the achievements, or no, the Eternal you actually get from defeating all 3 Spirit Veil bosses without any members of your party dying. You don't have to do this all at once, so you can do like you can do VG and nobody dies, but then do Gorseful and everybody dies, or one person dies, and then do Sabbatha and nobody dies. Well, then you have to just come back next week and do Gorseful again, and if nobody dies, then you'll get the Eternal. You don't have to do it all in one shot. Basically a checkbox for getting the Eternal. The Magnanimous, I believe, is another Winter's Day title / achievement. This one's for collect all 6 missing ornaments from chests interior. I don't know exactly what the heck that means. I don't believe it's very difficult to get. Veteran is the year 2 title. Basically after your 2nd birthday, when one of your characters gets to your 2nd birthday, you get Veteran. And finally, Wormsbane. Wormsbane is when you successfully decapitate the Great Jungle Worm in Bloodtide Coast and defeat all 3 of its heads. Does not count toward the Triple Trouble Medal achievement. So basically, if you slayed all 3 of the if you've successfulsly beaten the Triple Trouble Worm 3 times, and each one of those 3 times you've done one of the 3 different worms, you get Wormsbane. And that's all my titles, guys. I just figured I'd share that on today's video. Give you guys an idea of how to get some of these. I actually skipped one, didn't I? The Sunbringer. I skipped the Sunbringer. Sunbringer is from getting all the tech achievement, the Tequatl, the Sunless achievements, which is actually the one I'm running right now. So it's kind of funny that I skipped it. Where's the General Tequatl? Yeah, you get all these done. All your Tequatl achievements. You get the Sunbringer. The only one that was difficult to get was Found It, I believe. I found it. I don't think that one's actually difficult to get. It's just it's difficult nowadays to get because people don't fail tech like at all. So I found it. So basically, what happens is after a certain amount of time during tech, little whirlpools will spawn. And you have to go down. You have to basically go into the whirlpool and swim all the way down to find a chest at the bottom of the water, and that's how you get I Found It. I do believe this is actually somewhat difficult to get nowadays because there has to be a certain amount of basically almost failure going on with tech in order for those whirlpools to spawn. So this isn't exactly an easy one to get anymore. You can get it, but it's not easy to get at the moment because basically just nobody fails tech anymore. It's very hard to find a map where tech is actually failing, especially if you try to do a reset. Don't do it at reset, guys. If you are trying to get that, I'd highly recommend that you maybe do it like on off hours, like in the middle of the night or something like that when nobody's on, or like in the morning, like early morning hours, and try to get into a tech map there where maybe nobody's doing it. I don't know if you guys have noticed this little dude. Where'd he go? This little snow cub, snow leopard cub running around. Him, and then there's a bunch of other cats running around. These are little, like, you basically collect these throughout. Where are all my cats? Where are all my cats? Well, I don't know where they all are at the moment. Maybe they guess they stop. I guess maybe they go away after a while. The snow leopard didn't, but I don't see the rest of my cats. Basically, there's a bunch of cats you can go out in the world and collect right now by feeding them food. The snow leopard cub is, there's one of them. There's one cat. So they're around somewhere. You have to go to all the, there's a bunch of different, you can look it up on like Dolphy or something. There's a bunch of cats you go out and find, and you have to feed them certain food and they will come to your home instance. The snow leopard is actually from Bitterfrost Frontier, near in the was it the Bitter Cold section. You have to unfreeze his mother and I guess his brother or sister first, and then unfreeze him, and then his mother and brother slash sister are dead, and he's still alive, and he takes a liking to you, and ends up back in your home instance. So that's gonna be it for this video today, guys.